Please be seated. Good afternoon. What a beautiful day. I am Kevin Orman. I'm the principal of Adrian High School. Welcome to the 157th commencement ceremony.
Fellow students, parents, teachers, alumni, and guests, welcome. My name is Samantha Bretz, and I am the class secretary for the Adrian High School class of 2014. As I stand before you, I am reminded of all of you who have helped us in a myriad of ways throughout the years. We thank you. To our teachers, coaches, directors, and volunteers, we thank you for your dedication. You provided us instruction, advice, encouragement, discipline, and most notably, your time. We appreciate that you have sacrificed your evenings, weekends, and meals with your families in order to make our educations more than simply time spent in a classroom. Our accomplishments are the result of your commitment. To our parents, guardians, and families, we thank you for your endless support. You gave us transportation, help with homework, inspiration, finances, and most importantly, your love. We are grateful for the rides to and from school and events, the meals kept warm after others had already eaten, and the encouragement when balancing schoolwork, sports, jobs, and other activities became difficult. Our character is the result of your wisdom and affection. To the community we call our home, we thank you for providing us a nurturing environment that gave us opportunities to serve and give back. You organized events, made financial contributions, and allowed us to grow up in a safe, positive atmosphere. Our experience is the result of these opportunities. We have a sense of community that is local as well as global. We understand that our efforts to improve ourselves and our surroundings may start at home, but have implications of worldwide magnitude. As a result, we are confident, creative, conscious, and driven. We have been provided with the knowledge and tools necessary to truly make a difference. We will accomplish many great feats and believe that the world can become a better place for all. So, with that sense of optimism, we are ready to spread our wings and continue our growth outside the walls of Adrian High School. We welcome the challenge and wish to express our gratitude for preparing us for the journey that lies ahead. The class of 2014 welcomes you to this year's commencement ceremony and recognizes you for everything that you have done to bring us to this point in our lives. Thank you.
As president of the senior class of 2014, I would like to say thank you for this opportunity to reflect on our last 4 years together. The last 4 years have gone by so quickly, and it seems like in a blink of an eye we stand here in our caps and gowns ready to take on the world. So how did we get here? We did not do it alone, and I believe a few thank yous are in order. For every student graduating today, there are so many people who have helped them along the way. First, if you haven't thanked your parents yet, I suggest you do so. Our parents have helped us more than we can ever repay. Thank you for getting us to school on time, making sure we had all the resources to succeed, and helping us through the hardships of high school. Thank you for coming to our sporting events, plays, and concerts. Thank you for the shoulder to cry on, and most importantly, thank you for being here today to share this very important day with us. We owe a huge thank you to our teachers. Without you, none of us would be here today. Many of you never get the thanks you deserve. Your job isn't always sunshine and rainbows, unless of course you're in Madame's class. Thank you for the time you spent after school and explaining things so we understand. Thank you to our coaches and advisors for your time out of school with us. Without you, there would be no sports teams or clubs. Thank you for giving us a break from school and giving us the ability to be well-rounded. Thank you for teaching us dedication and how to work well with others. Thank you to our custodians and lunch ladies. I'm sure we have all made a mess a time or two, and I don't need to mention names because you know who you are. Thank you for keeping the school clean and our stomachs filled. And lastly, thank you to our administration, principals, and office staff for keeping our school running smoothly. As we see, there are many people who deserve our thanks. It takes a village to get a student through high school. And as the doors to our high school close, new doors open. These doors are different for every single one of us, yet they all lead to something very beautiful. As life rushes on, take the time to stop and smell the roses. And as you are on the path to your future, do not forget about your past. Wherever you may go, don't ever forget where you came from. As the magical Walt Disney once said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Dream big, class of 2014.
I'm Bob Benke, Superintendent for Adrian Public Schools. And before I begin my comments this afternoon, would the graduates here today that will soon be inducted into the armed forces please rise and be recognized. Also, would any members of today's audience that are veterans or currently serving in the military please stand to be recognized. It is with heartfelt thanks, and we all here today recognize your service or future service to our country. You have ensured a land where freedom prevails, and where institutions of education like Adrian High School can exist to teach all children the essentials of democracy. If I could have the members of the Adrian High School staff, any member of Adrian Public Schools, current or retired, also please rise. Thank you to each of you for the dedication and professionalism that you display each day working with our students, from the classroom to the kitchen, to the athletic field, to the stage, to the front office, to the boiler room. Without you, today's ceremony would not be possible. Thank you. If you were to look up the word hurdle in your dictionary, you'll find various definitions. However, for the purposes of this afternoon's speech, I'd like to confine its meaning to the object and placed in front of a runner. You may or may not know that hurdles are constructed so that they can be made higher and higher according to the runner's ability. As I began to prepare for the speech today, I found my thoughts kept going back to a runner who must get over the hurdles on the track, and how this so aptly applies to the experiences we face in life. The beginner in any sport, no doubt, considers mere attendance something of a hurdle. Yet by the end of the first month, he or she has passed over that hurdle and moved on to a more difficult task. Practice after practice, game after game, the athlete jumps more and more hurdles, increasing in knowledge of the competition, in physical strength, and finding new confidence with each hurdle overcome. Well, graduates, think back to the hurdles you have faced in your educational career. Your first bus ride, school lunch, learning to read, long division, the awkward years, MEP testing, ACT, IB. Believe it or not, think back to your first prom, the dance, and college admissions. We have assembled today to rejoice with you, your fellow graduates, and your family in having cleared these hurdles. Life is but a succession of hurdles, and those who settle back satisfied with having cleared only the most recent hurdle in his or her path is headed for failure. Think of it this way. Each hurdle cleared lends its way perhaps to a more difficult challenge or task, but even so, the next hurdle is easier to overcome, for the achievements of the past provide you with more confidence, experience, and ability. For some, you will continue on to college or university and think back to the lessons learned at Adrian High School as the foundation of your future. Each and every one of you have met rigorous graduation requirements with expectations in math, English, science, social studies, and multiple electives to help round you out as a quality learner. However, as hurdles are cleared, you might think back on those earlier hurdles and feel as if they were relatively easy in comparison. In retrospect, they do appear rather easy. But remember, it was the work that you already completed, the work in which you built new knowledge, the skills you developed, the accomplishments you achieved, and most importantly, the difficult tasks that put you here today to finish this race, a race which will end in victory as you cross across the stage in a few moments and become a graduate. As you make your way through future hurdles, remember that no two people are alike, and some hurdles are more difficult than others. As difficult hurdles approach, recall a hurdle previously passed that was unusually complex, and remember how much greater the reward was once it had been conquered. Before I close, let me thank you for the privilege of being a part of your graduation. In all sincerity, I will always treasure this memory as the first graduation ceremony for Adrian High School I've had the opportunity to participate in as superintendent. Without knowing it, you have helped me clear my own hurdle. Graduation is bittersweet. As Dickens said, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. For today ends a normal routine for you, the closeness of friends, and the semblance of what has become your known world. However, I trust much celebration will also take place as graduation transitions into new beginnings. Now go out into the world and clear the hurdles ahead of you with courage and confidence, for you are prepared to handle most any obstacle that might befall you. Whether that be attending college, university, trade school, landing the ideal job, serving our country, raising children, all with a future yet to be written. Graduates, proudly treasure your time here at Adrian High School. Use what you learned to go forth and make the world a better place and write that next chapter in your life, a chapter with endless possibilities, a chapter entitled The Future. Thank you, and go Maples.
Good afternoon, parents, family, and friends. My name is Olivia McMillan, and as the class treasurer of the senior class, I would personally like to welcome you to the graduation of the class of 2014. I would like to take the time to tell you a little bit about our senior class gift. First off, I'd like to mention how much our class has grown together and how much we have experienced different things together, which is why creating the senior class gift was such a rewarding experience for me to be a part of. While discussing what our senior class gift should be, many of my classmates and I were thinking along the same lines, something that would last a long time at AHS, and something that was different and would stand out, similar to our class. We all love the outdoors, and we all wish to have a special area available outside of the high school to spend our time, which is why we chose to create our class gift involving the outdoors. Not only did we want to include the outdoors, but also we wanted to honor those students and teachers that have passed away. These two ideas of ours went together seamlessly. We dedicate our senior class gift as a memorial garden in honor of those maples that have left us. We create this class gift in hopes of creating a legacy where future maples are able to maintain the upkeep of the garden, and also for our future maples to have a nice area available for them to spend their time outside in the beautiful environment of AHS. Our goal is that there is a nice and meaningful place for the students in classes that have the opportunity to go outside. In the garden, we include a plaque as a reminder to all those who visit to what the purpose of the garden is. The garden embodies the undividedness of our school, the totality of our school, and the way in which Maples come together to form a connection within the community and to uphold ourselves to a higher standard. We, the class of 2014, also donate a sum of $300 to the incoming freshmen, the class of 2018, in hopes of giving them a start to their high school careers. As the class of 2014, we have left our marks on the grounds of AHS, and I think we can all agree upon that today is a remarkable day to be a Maple. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Katie Roback and I'm the Senior Class Vice President. Today I get to introduce and welcome our speaker, Ms. Pamela Peters. Ms. Peters graduated from Adrian High School in 1985. She later went on to receive her BA and Juris Doctorate from the University of Michigan in 1989 and 1992. Pam now lives in Chicago with her husband, Mike Hughes, and her sons, Nick and Noah. She works as an assistant general counsel at the Northern Trust Company, which is a global financial services institution that delivers investment management, assets and fund administration, fiduciary and banking solutions to institutions, corporations, and affluent individuals. Pam is also in charge of employment law and employee relations for over 15,000 workforce members. She serves on the boards of the Adrian Education Foundation and the Coordinated Advice and Referral Program for Legal Services. So please join me in giving a big Maple welcome to Ms. Pam Peters.
Thank you, Katie, and wow, do I have to say, do you look like your mom and dad. It truly is an honor to be here to celebrate with you today on what is your very special day. 29 years ago, and yes, that really does pain me to say out loud, 29 years, but I was sitting where you are with the Adrian High School graduating class of 1985. To give you a little perspective, we had 333 students in my class, including at least one of your parents, class colors of pink and gray, and a class motto that may have made sense then, but it really doesn't make sense if you read it now. And fittingly, for a bunch of 18-year-olds, I checked the Billboard Top 100 for that time period, and the song was Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. What I remember most about sitting there at graduation, besides my super cool perm and my hot pink heels, is feeling a strong sense of accomplishment at having crossed that milestone. I hope each and every one of you feels that today too, because graduating from high school really is a big deal. You've worked really hard to get here, and for that, you should celebrate. But I'm going to ask you to celebrate for just a little bit, because now is not the time for you to sit and rest on your laurels. Now is the time for you to get out there and make a difference. When I was asked to be your commencement speaker, I jumped at the chance. After all, I'm a lawyer by training, and giving advice is what I do, and anybody who knows me know that I'll offer my opinion to anybody who asks, whether they ask for it or not. But I have to tell you that actually composing something meaningful for you to go out and make a difference was harder than I thought. So I opted for these 6 random suggestions for your consideration. They're quick, I promise. I know you're hot. I'll walk away happy if you walk away remembering just one. First, I heard mentioned earlier, dream big. Dream big, but absolutely do small. We all have big dreams, and your big dreams are what's going to keep you motivated. But I'm going to challenge you to do small along the way. Do small things. Why? Because doing small things is the easiest way for you to make a difference in your life and in your community. Doing small means coaching Little League, helping out at soup kitchens, being someone's mentor. It means finding causes you believe in and donating your time, and when you're older, your money. And the funny thing about a bunch of small is that they're eventually going to add up to something big. There are literally thousands of small activities for you to embrace. Go out and find them. And as I constantly tell my sons, you're not going to find those activities or fulfill your big dreams for that matter sitting in your basement playing the Xbox. Number 2 is to travel. Travel as much as you can. Travel because it's fun. You'll see mind-blowing sights, and you'll have great stories to tell. Travel because your willingness to travel and see the world will open up ceaseless career opportunities for you. And most importantly, travel because it's going to help you grow as a person. Going to new places will open your eyes, your hearts, and your minds. Hans Christian Andersen said, to travel is to live. I think that's great advice. Number 3, and I promise you I didn't coordinate with your secretary and president, but say thank you, and say it a lot. Start today by thanking your parents and your teachers, and get in the practice of thanking those who help you along the way. Be sure and use this tiny but powerful phrase often. It's not just about being polite, it's really about remembering that you share this world with other people. Number 4, take risks. Now, I'm about as risk-averse as they come, so I don't recommend this and put this in my top 6 lightly. I do, however, recommend this with the benefit of hindsight. You need to take risks, and I should clarify, by risks I mean calculated risks, not jumping in front of speeding train risks. But you need to take risks because success will not come searching for you. You're going to need to chase it, you're going to need to put yourself out there, and you might even need to fail a couple times before you succeed. And equally as important, I think taking risks will ultimately make you a happier person because you'll have less regret. People don't take risks because they're afraid to fail. But I guarantee you that the regret of not having done something that you want to do because you're afraid to fail will stay with you far longer than the memory of any one failure. 5, always continue to learn. And I know that's not exactly something you want to hear sitting out there in the hot sun after you've taken your final exams, but I'm standing by this advice. Learning doesn't just mean continuing on your formal education to college and beyond, which I hope you do as well. It means learning from your mistakes. It means learning how to say you're sorry, how to be a good loser, how to be a powerful leader, how to get things done. If you do it right, your learning will last a lifetime. And finally, number 6, don't be afraid to channel your inner geek. We all have one, and anyone who tells you they don't isn't being honest with you. I don't think I can give you a better reason for doing this than my 14-year-old son gave me. He said, your inner geek is what makes you, you. Like and be proud of who you are at all times. If that involves dancing to a little ABBA, like it does in my case, or going to Star Wars conventions, well, that's just fine. So now I've asked you to make a difference, and I've given you a few tidbits that hopefully will help you make a difference. I want to conclude by telling you why it matters so much to me that you make a difference. First, I'm the daughter of 2 former Adrian High School teachers, both who spent their lives dedicated to education and to the high school, and I owe it